we need to disconnect from our jobs. And I know a lot of people that feel that way. Like, we have families, we have our own mental, like, we need to be able to disconnect. So when we're off duty and we're out of this office, like, we need to do that, to be able to focus on like our families or our personal things that we have going on. So no, we're not automatically psychoanalyzing you. Now, does it come into play, like, to where if we get like bad vibes from somebody we meet, or like we start to see things happening, like after we're meeting you, and then we're like, we know that pattern of behavior. Yes, because we see it. So yes, those type of things happen, but they have to be like kind of be in our face. And then it's something in our back of our heads is like, something's not right about this human being. But we're not automatically assuming and trying to analyze what happened in your life and why you had 3 cocktails just now. Like, we just don't care.
Yeah. And then, then the question is, are you seeing someone? Are you seeing a therapist? I mean, I've had to, just what you just said. Yeah. I've listened to some people's struggles or, like you said, getting that vibe or whatever. And I'll go, well, have you thought about seeing someone? Maybe they can give you a different perspective, or maybe, they can help you like regulate some of those emotions. Right. That's when I get it gets serious. But I try to set boundaries. Like, absolutely. I'm not in the session room. I am not a therapist right now. Like, I'm just trying to get my grocery, or I'm just trying to, because what happens when you run into clients? Well, how do you guys handle that so do I.
Well, and it's funny because that has always been one thing that, I mean, of course they drilled that in you. I mean, we went to school so long ago. It's like, it was different, and social media world is different. Everything is different. And then when I lived in North Florida, one little itty bitty small town, I worked the crisis unit. So I was like, I had students in there. Hey, coach. And I'm like, hi, and then at school, hey, coach, you remember? And I'm like, we're going to, you know what?
Yeah.
Let's get through class. And then I'll talk to you in a little bit. And so, but I think, and it is funny because, and I know everybody's different, and I'm so wide open, and I teach, and I always have everything. So I always run in, especially sports psych, if I'm at different things. And so I think because I'm just who I am, if people come up to me, I'm whatever. I'm never, and if they want to say, but I do tell them, I'm like, listen, you know me, I'm good. I said, but if you want to say anything about it, that's on you. I will never.
Yeah, and we're not even technically allowed to. So if we see you in public, like, and we if you want to approach us and say hi and smile, we'll hi and smile. But we're not going to say, oh, hi, I'll see you in session next week. We're not going to do that. And again, like TJ, all the time I run into people, and it actually just happened to me yesterday evening at a networking event. And, I see clients of other businesses. Some people like meet me through these events, and they're like CEOs of their own company, and I'll see them at events multiple times a year, and I just act like, oh, we're colleagues, no problem. Now, if they say like, I have to see you next week, or I need to make another session. Okay, like that's
I let them navigate.
And there's no judgment too, and that's another thing too. Is like, one thing that I know it's happened with me with family is that they automatically think that I'm judging them for their life, like, or things that, like, if they go through a divorce or whatever. And I noticed that, like, sometimes it's like, why didn't they tell me that? Like, that's my cousin, or that's my, whatever. And they're probably like, oh, it's probably because you're a therapist. And they think, I'm like, I'm a human.
Yeah, of course.
I get it. Like, I've had my own past too, and it's like, so sometimes that, I think, those are the instances that probably hurt me, is when people avoid me because they automatically assume I'm going to judge them. Like, I'm like, what makes you think that? Well, it's because of what you do. I'm like,
or they think that, because I'm held to something. No, y'all know. Come on now. Y'all know. Like, listen, I am just me. Yeah. But I do think a lot of people, but what, I also, and it is funny because I've been hurt a lot by that too, because it's like, you kind of know, like, but at the same time though, we are who we are, and we are very authentic, and we are honest, and we do hold ourselves to a higher standard personally and professionally. And as we handle a lot, we're strong, and I do see that. Or I'll have, people say, oh, yeah, well, you're going to be mad with me, or you're going to be
like disappointed or something.
Who am I? I'm nobody. Like, listen, wait, what, why? And then I'm like, oh, wait, what'd you do? Wait, really? Like, what'd you do? What you talking about? Why didn't you call me? Because that would have been, I'm sorry. I know I'm here.
Right.
But I mean, so I think, and that's just a lot of times, like, people do, they look at us differently sometimes.
Right.
I think the people that know us.
Oh yeah. I mean, and I have some great, obviously some amazing friends that have been friends with me for years, even before I was a therapist. And they sometimes will call me for like some advice and stuff and like have a little session with me. And I'm like, oh, thank you. I needed that. But like, I'd probably do it more from, I try to stay it more from like a friendship view. Yes, probably using some of my knowledge, of course, but naturally, but like they know that because of who I am, I'm not going to judge you.
Right. No. Absolutely.
And I'm not. And I'm just going to be me when I'm talking to you. And I honestly try to do that with my clients too. Of course, I keep a boundary of a client, you know, a therapist relationship. But at the same time, I'm going to tell you how it is. And that's what makes me the therapist I am, is because if you're doing something wrong, you tell me that you did something that, you know, maybe I wouldn't approve of or agree with, and something happened out of it. I'm gonna be like, did you think you made a good decision? Just like I would a friend, you know?
Absolutely.
And that makes me think of like how many people think that, you know, the friendships are therapy. That is another thing, is like friends are not therapists. And yes, can they be therapeutic for you? Absolutely. Absolutely. My friends are therapeutic for me.
Absolutely.
And my time with them is therapeutic. Right. But just think like, if you're out there and you're like, okay, all I do is talk to my friends, I don't need a therapist. Okay, if that's working for you and you don't have any like major struggles and you feel like you're going through life just fine with all the ups and downs that happen, then great. Good for you. You're on a good track. But if you're at a point where you're talking to the same friends and the same things keep happening in your life, like for instance, you know, you've gone through, let's say 4 divorces and you're 40 years old. And your friends, let's say, I know, I'm just making, you know, this happens, right? And you've gone through, you have the same group of friends and you're going through this and you're like, man, I'm picking the same type of men or the same type of women, 4 divorces now and I'm 40 years old. Okay, maybe it's about time to see a therapist, not because you have you're mentally ill, like, and that I'm still trying to break that. You don't need a therapist just because you have a diagnosis. Absolutely not. It's just like patterns. You got to have someone objective, not a friend, be able to see and dissect the situation from an objective view. Your friends have feelings involved. They're going to be biased towards you. They're going to be afraid sometimes to hurt your feelings. Therapists, we're not supposed to. We're not supposed to, you know, we're supposed to tell you how it is.